a guy baby.
A girl baby?
Yeah.
For who?
For you.
Who's gonna have a baby?
You.
Okay, here we go. So, for those that don't know me, my name is Tamara. I'm 34 and I'm a mother of two. I wanted to do or start a YouTube channel because I am a past NICU mommy, and it's something that I really struggle with. And I just wanted to share my experience with people, for people who do know my experience. Well, not everybody knows the full experience because I've never shared it, because I didn't want people to feel sorry for me. So I have two children. I have Camille. She is my oldest daughter. She is 9 years old. And then I have Major, who just turned 6 months today. And I can't believe that it's been 6 months already. It kind of makes me emotional already. He is my NICU baby. Camille was born early, prior to full term, which was at 36 weeks. So she is considered a preemie in the medical definition. However, she was 4 pounds, 12 ounces. She was great, healthy, breathing on her own. She didn't require any additional assistance, and she didn't require any NICU care. So we were in the hospital, a regular 2-day stay, and came home, and she's been fine ever since. She was on the smaller side up until she was about 5 years old, but other than that, she was perfectly healthy. With Major, I got pregnant with him 9 years later, so there's a huge age gap, which I love. And I just kind of want to start from the beginning, just for the people who don't know my story and don't know anything about me. I met Gerald, who is Major's father, almost 4 years ago. I went through a divorce and moved out of my home and moved into an apartment. And it just happened to be the apartment right next door to Gerald. And that's how we met. Shortly after we met, I decided that I did want to have another baby, but I wasn't sure that I could because it took so long. After I had Camille, I got on the Melanin, which is a birth control that stays in you for 5 years. And sometimes it can affect your fertility, or it can take you a long time to get pregnant. So about 2 years of Gerald and I dating, we decided that we did want to try to have a baby, but it just took forever. Obviously, we were doing what we needed to do, and I just summed it up that I couldn't have any more children. And I was lightweight okay with that, but I really wanted to have another baby. And it's hard because you struggle in silence, but you have the pressure of the world saying, when are you going to have a baby? And you're like, well, I don't want any more kids, but secretly nobody knows that you're struggling to have one. Anyway, it took about 2 years to the day. I got my Melanin removed in February of 2018, and I said I'm gonna give it a year. If I'm not pregnant by 2019, February 1st, I'm get my tubes tied. That's it. And I didn't, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because the next February of 2020 is when we conceived. Found out we were pregnant early March. We had just got back from a trip in Miami, and my cycle was supposed to start in February on my birthday, and it didn't. And I was happy because we were in Miami, obviously. But when we got home, I kept waiting for it to come, and it never came. And then I would get these really bad nausea spells. So I kept taking tests. And my OB always told me it doesn't matter what test you take. It could be the dollar store test, or it could be the $20 test. It's all going to give you the same result. So I rolled with that. I took about $20 test, and they all said negative. At this point, I was about 3 weeks late, but it wasn't unusual for me because sometimes I would just not have a cycle or to be super light, and I didn't really count it. So I thought that I just had a free month. So anyway, the Sunday that we found out, my friend was having an event, and I kept telling her that I would come, and something always happened and I didn't make it. So that Sunday, I was determined to go. I was going. So I'm getting ready, getting dressed, and I'm just feeling so lightheaded, so nauseous, like I can't go. So I'm like, I'm going to go get me some food. I'm going to come home and lay down. And when I went and got me some food, I also picked up another dollar pregnancy test and took it, again, negative. So I ate some food. I text Joe, like, I'm still super nauseous. Laid down. I text my cousins as I'm laying down in the group chat, and I said, I think I'm pregnant, but I don't know if I am because I keep getting these negative tests. So my cousin responded and said, come and take this digital clear blue test that I have. So I'm like, okay, I'm on my way, thinking it's still gonna be negative because there's not a difference between the tests. So I get over there. She had a 2-pack clear blue test. I took it. We set the timer. I think it may have been 2 or 3 minutes or something. Timer went off. I went back into the bathroom, looked at the test, and it said yes. And I just started screaming because I took all these tests, and really I could have just got that test because I spent like $20 on dollar store test, and it said positive, and I was just screaming in shock, and then I was scared because I'm sure a lot of women can relate. Like you want to have a baby, and when it happens, you're like, oh shoot, like I'm really about to have a baby. There's really a baby inside me. So I'm still kind of in denial. So took the second one, positive. So at this point, it's confirmed. So I'm super nervous, super excited. Gerald is on his way home from work, so I didn't call him or text him. I just wanted to tell him in person. So I stopped at Walgreens, grabbed a gift bag, tissue paper, a binky, and I put it in there and gave it to him. And that's how I told him I was pregnant. And then the next day we told Camille, and she cried. She was super happy, and she is like the epitome of a big sister. Like she loves it. So yeah, that's just from the beginning. And that pretty much sums up part 1. In part 2, I will go into details regarding my trimesters and different things that I experienced during those times. You definitely don't want to miss what I have for you next. Make sure to share and like and subscribe. I can't wait to share this experience with you guys.
You have a guy, baby.
A girl baby.